Hello, I'm IBXToyCat, and this is episode 163 of my Minecraft Console Edition Update Adventures Let's Play. And in this episode, I'm going to be basically working a little bit on the sugarcane farm, of course. Maybe a little bit on the Cobblestone cube, because that actually looks really cool. And then also, up that mountain, I need to get out of here, but there's a creeper there, so I'll actually just go up the back door. That's always a smart way to deal with creepers. But basically, on the hill I just pointed out, I'll show you it again in a second. I'm going to be building something, but I don't know what. So let me know down, leave a comment down below. Or just let me know with a comment down below, and don't let me know down below with a comment. You get what I mean. Let me know what you think I should build, and if anything inspires me, I'll build it. So that's basically how that works. So if you have any cool ideas that you'd like to see in the world, then I guess that's the time to do it. I think it's cool to every now and then just ask people what I should build, because it's a cool way to one, get user feedback, and two, actually get ideas. It's a win-win, I think. At least that's what I think. I could be entirely wrong, but I hope I'm not. And yeah, basically, I'm going to finish this at some point too. But my main priority right now is to focus on whatever's going to go on there, and also the sugarcane farm, because this is the most insane part of the world. Obviously, I kind of want to, make it as good as it should be. Because I almost fell down there. Because that's obviously just what makes sense. As much as I'm going to sneak up on the creep from behind, he thinks I'm going to come out the front door because he thinks I'm locked in, and this is where I show him that no, you are wrong, Mr. Creeper. Oh, I was hoping he did take damage on the fall, and win. So yeah, that's always nice. Yes, we're going to start working the sugarcane farm, and I'm just going to talk about the various things I do. And honestly, I'm going to talk about a lot of irrelevant things. I'm just going to warn you now because it's probably going to be especially irrelevant in this episode. Just a little heads up right there. So before I get into anything seriously irrelevant, though, one thing I want to quickly talk about, I guess this is semi-serious, but not really, is just how, like, the idea of buying a car is, like, really, really, really stupid, and it hurts me that it's kind of a necessity, because of how, horribly stupid it is, because, if you're unaware, this applies to the US too, but I think it's more of a problem in the UK. So just bear that in mind. And it is a rant, so if you like cars, then just I guess pretend I'm talking about honey badgers. Yeah, pretend I'm talking about honey badgers. They're a lovely little species. Just pretend I'm going. Oh, honey badgers are really great because they can swim up to 16,000 miles per hour, and I don't know what I'm doing. But yeah, so basically, cars are expensive by themselves. They cost, even a bad car, like a bottom-end car that's going to break really, really shortly, still going to cost you somewhere in the hundreds, if not the thousands, or even the tens of thousands of, dollars, pounds, whatever your currency is. And that's fair enough. They're pretty useful. They get you from place to place and stuff, right? But then on top of that, you then pay. You have to pay something like roughly 1,000 a year, regardless of how much your car actually costs, just to actually be able to legally drive it. Because I don't know why it is this way, but with cars, like the insurance works, and that everyone has to have insurance with, which I can see the benefits of it, but it's like if you crash, then I don't see why insurance is like why isn't insurance necessary for life? Because if you die, you're not going to be there. So you got to force people to have it, or they're not going to buy it, right? I don't get why car insurance is the one type of insurance that everyone has to have. Like in America, like you don't have to have health insurance, which I okay, yeah, I don't get it. This is a silly rant about cars, but then you have to then spend 1,000 roughly a year, which you don't get back, and you probably don't get any use out of. If you crash, it's like okay. So that's great. I just, you have to pay extra if you want to actually get any insurance out of your insurance, which seems backwards, but whatever. And then on top of that, you have to pay something like I don't know how much petrol costs, but depending on how much you use your car, it will cost you like somewhere in the hundreds or the thousands. Not the thousand, but it'll cost you something like 100 a month or so. So like somewhere close to 1,000 a year. So you put all this ridiculous amount of money into it, and then you get the driving outfit, but then the car becomes worth less. All the money you sink into it just disappears, and it's like why I hate everything. And that's why I don't drive, even though I probably should. So yeah, because it's I don't know if you ever had the thing where you think like, oh, I could have bought this if I wasn't horrible with money. With a car, it's like I'd have a 5-digit, or it might be 4 digits if I have a really bad car and really bad insurance. But it'd be like I could have just spent 1,000 on I don't know waffles or pancakes. Or pancake waffles. Are pancake waffles a thing? Because I'm willing to invest on the pancake waffles if they exist. But obviously existing is a pretty key part of any investment strategy. So we'll have to consider how that goes. Also, I'm wondering what to do with all of that, but I'll determine that later, I guess. So yeah, what I'm doing now is I'm making the sugarcane farm go a little further in each way, and kind of just do its whole magic thing, because that's just what I'm doing, and I'd like to have 2 of these going. If you're wondering why I need 2, like, I'm going to probably take a small break after 2, because basically then I can actually fill this middle bit here, and I'll be able to cover it in sugarcane, and it will look glorious, and it will look like it's mostly done, and then I can be like, oh yeah, I've got a sugarcane farm with that many lanes, and it's kind of not telling the truth, but it's not telling the truth, but it's not really lying. Oh, it is lying. It's definitely okay. It's not. Yeah, it's not. It's barely lying. It's more not telling the truth. I think that's logical. But yeah, if you think about it, like you kind of have to pay a subscription fee to have a car, and I don't like subscription fees. I like owning things that I have. Like I'm just odd like that, I guess. I think it is very odd the way things work. But I'm not going to talk about money because this isn't a financial investment Let's Play. I could totally do one of those, like to just play Minecraft and in the background just talk about like financial tips. Like here right now I'm gonna punch these melons, get some watermelons out of them because I need the food. And also while you're working on your pyramid scheme, sorry, not your pyramid scheme. While you're working on a sugarcane farm, if you're doing one similar, consider diverting some funds into your 401k so you can have a safe retirement, and make sure that you do it in an account that does not yield taxable gains, because I can't do proper accountant talk. It's difficult for me. Also, I'm just going to cover this in sand right now, because I have the sand, I just have to pour it, and it's difficult. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do now. Okay, there we go. And yeah, hopefully life becomes magical as a result. I hope it will be. Yeah, let's go back to what I was doing and saying, which was that, yeah, I was saying a thing. I totally had a good one, but well, I guess I could do the news thing again, because this is, I guess, as far as gameplay goes, it is just me it's doing some basic tasks, but I think I'm doing, they're kind of important basic tasks. Like if I ignored these, then the greatest things in the world wouldn't just happen. Good things happen slowly, and great things happen all at once. That's to quote Rat Race, a pretty snazzy film I watched yesterday. And yes, you should watch. You should just quote films, because that's just how you get things done. Yay, no water. But yeah, so this is what I'm doing, by the way. I cover it in sand, then I get rid of the sand, and it gets rid of the water. Because this used to be a massive pond, and now it's obviously sugarcane farm. And I wish I'd just had the future sight to realize I was going to go below water, or I wouldn't have had to spend so much time doing this. But it's part of the job, I guess. And it's not exactly the hardest thing in the world to do, because of the fact that I can get rid of it all at once. It's definitely not easy, but it's not too difficult. So I'm not, I'm not entirely angry at the world. I don't want to set the world on fire. I just want to start a fire in their heart. And yeah, that's a nice reference if you get it. So the game with gold this month, by the way, is Civilization Revolution, which you should totally buy, and I think I'll be doing like a first impressions type deal with it, because it's such a good game, and like I haven't seen anyone mention it. Like maybe it's just because everyone's burned out. They're like, okay, I've had like 5 million games of gold. I'll just download them when I want them. But this is a games of gold you should download. Like you should. This is one you have to download. You don't have to, honestly, but you should totally download this game of gold. I'm going to be doing a first impression type deal with it if you wanna. I might do anyway. I'll see how things go, but it make a lot of sense for you just get it now, and then you can watch it and be like, oh, so this is what this game is. So yeah, that's just my pro tip right there. As you can see, I've got a lot of dirt to place to match the to get this to the sky. There's about 60 times. I've got like a chest full. At least, yeah, about 2 chests full worth. So that might not be too easy. But I don't do things because they're hard. Sorry, I don't do things because they're easy. I do things because they're hard. And that's what she said. Maybe I don't know. I don't know if you're allowed. I don't think you're allowed to just. That's what she said yourself. Because if you allow people to that's what she said. Oh, I guess everyone knows what that's what she said is. But If everyone just did it themselves, they'd just be making the punchlines, and where would be the fun in that? I don't think there'd be any fun. It'd just be like, oh, so I guess we're just gonna say this all day, and then it's gonna die because I guess it's dead for most people. I guess if you're just discovering it because you're like 15 or 14 or whatever age people know how most sex mechanics work. I don't know why I estimate that at being 15. Um, it is spooky that like in the future that like I'm not going to talk about this topic. So, just while we're on the topic of the future, though, I want to quickly point out that, like, I got really, really, like, okay, as someone, I do networking in college, if you're wondering, like, I do a lot of computer stuff, and I'd like to believe I'm pretty competent. I'm, like, yeah, I'm probably one of the more competent people, you know, it's top, like, 0.1% as far as, like, knowledge on how, like, computers and the internet works and stuff, and, I don't mean to sound cocky like that, I'm just, you know, giving an estimate, but basically, it blows my mind like how fast technology is these days, and like people don't even realize it, and it's like, whoa, dude, this is the future, and you don't even get it. So like just to name a couple of examples, just if you want your mind blown quickly. Like if I have a 30-meter Ethernet, or it's yeah, I think it is 30. It's 30 meters, which is let me work that in foot. I think that's 90 foot, so almost 100-foot Ethernet cable, which goes from my PC to my router or router or hub or whatever you have that gets you to your internet. The internet goes all the way through that cable. It's 100 meters of electrical signal. It goes through that. It then goes off into the router. It goes into the internet. It goes, you know, to a server that's like 100 miles physical miles away. And then it gets back to me all within a hundredth of a second or faster, and that just blows my mind. Like how does that happen? Like you, it's less than it's just mind-blowingly quickly is what I'm trying, or not quickly, but it's mind-blowingly quick, and like I think more people should be aware of it. Also, I've got a fair amount left on this pickaxe, so I might actually use it to get myself back up there, because I'm a little trapped down here right now. So I'll just do a little bit of this to get myself. There we go. That should be good. So now I'll put this away because I want to keep it safe and secure, you know. And we're going to quickly go over to the cobblestone cube. We'll do some work on that because I want to talk about that a little bit. But yeah, it's like stuff like, so your CPU, that's basically the main part of your computer. Most people probably know what it is. At its core level, all it basically does is calculations. Like it's the programs on it that tell it how to do more smart stuff than that. But like it can do 84 million of those cycles a second. Like I don't know, if someone tells you to add 2 and 7, except it's really like, you know, 9 and 65,000, or 9 times 65,000, like 84 million times a second. I don't think you're gonna cope too well. I don't think you could do one of those. You could probably do one a second actually. So you're like 84 millionth slower than my i7-47. So evidently, I think there was a creeper. I know. Okay, which I don't know. It's mind blowing that all this stuff exists, and like people know it, but they don't think it's the future. Like I know everyone seems to think the future is just when you see all these crazy little pipes and we're all floating around, kind of like in Futurama. But the future is now, and it hurts. It hurts me a lot, and I sound like I'm crazy actually, so that's pretty fun too. But yeah, so I'm actually going to cut down a little bit on the Let's Plays, because if you actually really like Let's Plays, please do let me know, and I'll, you know, reconsider it. But honestly, like in this pre-Title Update 14 season hype, where everyone's like, yeah, I'm not really playing Minecraft that much, just kind of, you know, looking forward to what's coming next. People just don't seem that excited as far as I can tell for it, so I'm going to try and, you know, represent what you guys want, because that's one of the big parts of running a channel that lots of people seem to get wrong that I don't want to, where, you know, your audience are like, oh, so, let me think of a good example. What is a really good example? But, you know, like a YouTuber that, like, is famous for a game, everyone likes the game, like, I think the Yogs Cast, I don't watch them, but I know they've done this, where everyone likes them for Minecraft, or they like them for a certain game. Also, that corner looks pretty cool. And then they just decide to upload another game just because, you know, they want to. And I know that seems like a bit dickish to your audience, really. Maybe it's not, maybe I'm crazy. But it just comes across that way. It's like saying, so I know you guys like this, but I want to do this, and what I want's a little bit more important than you guys. So hopefully you guys appreciate that. Oh, you don't? You're not going to watch the video? Oh, wow, you guys are all... No. I'm going to try not to talk about it too much, but I try not to do that, so that's why I'm trying to focus on what you guys want, which, it might be I think it's a good channel move to focus on what the viewers want, but, only time will tell, and we'll see exactly what time does tell, because yeah, we'll see, won't we? So we're mostly at the top now, so from here we can just do this. Basically, yeah, I'm trying to make a cobblestone cube that's, I think it's 50 by 50 by 50. So that's the equivalent of 2,500 blocks time. It's somewhere in the, like, I think it's almost 10,000. Yeah, it's more than 10,000 blocks. I think it's 15,000 or so. So yeah, we're talking 15,000 cobblestone blocks. It's a really cool monument to cobblestone, because it should just look like one big cobblestone block, and I like the idea quite a bit. So that's what I'm doing right here, and because at the moment I'm storing in chests, which is great, Like, I like the idea of having lots of chests, but what if I had lots of chests? Actually, I could put the cobblestone chests inside the big cobblestone. That'd be quite the monument. Since, just to clarify, this world is entirely survival. I do just have too much cobblestone lying around. I've gone on far too many branch mining expeditions. I need to go on more, but I don't. I guess I could mine and then use it as background gameplay at like 4 times speed. But even then, I'm not sure how interesting it'd be. We'll have to see, won't we? I might try it out in the background for video. I like how liberal it can be with gameplay during news videos. That's one of the things I like about them. Also, yeah, I might start, trying to do videos where I speak for like 10 minutes about a particular subject. Because in the Let's Plays, I like doing the unstructured thing. It's really good for me. But people might not be into that. I don't know. It's what I'm going to try to do. I like to satisfy the audience, and that sounds quite odd and different and strange, but it's alright. I want to satisfy you in every way possible, even the weird ones. So yeah. I just forgot that you meant to continue talking after you say something like that. But yes, that's the big thing. I want something built there. I don't know what though. It's really difficult. It's gonna have to be something. I'm aware of that much. But exactly what is a little bit more beyond me than I can honestly say. So yeah, definitely leave comments if you have any suggestions. Even if you have what you think is a bad suggestion, it's probably better than anything I'm coming up with. Because I have a windmill in my head, but a windmill doesn't even make any sense. I'd make it look bad anyway. I want something that's buildable and also cool. So we'll have to see exactly what everyone thinks on that, and yeah, that's the basic plan as far as this whole thing goes. So I'm just gonna stack this up a little bit to make it a little bit better. Also, this actually seems like it's gonna have to be the way I build the cobblestone cube. I stack myself up, then I run back down, and I stack it up some more. Which you can argue has its downsides and its upsides, but whatever. I'm gonna quickly talk about the news for those of you who have stayed around for the last 15 minutes. Or whatever, because that's it seems fair that I use something new. So there's this coffee company that are using DRM in their coffee makers to stop people making refills that aren't licensed by them, and that's hilarious. DRM, if you're wondering, in games, it's the stuff that tries to stop you from pirating the game or copying the game, and it's generally ineffective as all hell, and they want to put that in coffee machines because people are making not allowed coffee makers because that's bad. You don't want that apparently. I know I find that story ridiculous. Ukraine is not doing the best right now. People are saying we've got a Cold War 2 on our hands, and I don't really think so. I think it's more just Ukraine's in a bad place. Ukraine's got really drunk at a party, and he's just saying wild things to everyone. And then I think Russia's the guy that's okay, dude, I'm gonna cut you off from the alcohol. And was like, whoa, Ukraine needs some more alcohol, man. And this is a horrible summing up of the situation. I appreciate, but. Yeah, I can't just. If you're from Russia or Ukraine, I'm sorry. Especially if you're from Ukraine. If you're from Russia, you're like, yeah, high five to this guy, he gets it. But if you're from the Ukraine, and no offense meant. In fact, so little offense is meant that I I might... Oh, no, 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 no! Yay! That was a close one. So before I almost kill myself again, I hope you did enjoy this little video on the internet. If you have, you can like it. Let me know. It's a nice little way of doing that. I'm going to build something up there. I guess this is a little shorter, by about 30-40 seconds than normal. But I don't know what to build, because this is probably... Look at it. It hurts your mind. Look at that wall. So yeah, thanks for watching, and goodbye.